The bend modifier. The bend modifier, we're going to start off with something to bend. And let's do a box. So I'm going to click on a box, and I'm going to come over here and pick on a box, and I'm going to pick my height here. And I'm actually going to come here and set the height of my box, say to 10 feet. And I'm going to make the width of my box, say 2 feet. And let's say 3 feet. Okay. Now let's make it 4 feet while we're at it. Why not? And so there's my box. Now I want to create a bend modifier. So I want to bend this box. There's two ways I can get to the bend modifier. The first one is I can go up to my modifier, pull down, go to parametric deformers, and go to bend. My second one's in the command panel. I can go to modify, come down here and hit the drop down arrow, and then go to my object space modifiers and go to bend. So you can see in here that I have my parameters. In my angle, I can set my angle to be 45 degrees. You can see that it's bending 45 degrees. Now, if I go back to my box, a key thing when you're making the box is make sure you have more than one segment. By default, boxes have a segment of 1, 1, and 1. They cannot bend if they only have one segment. There's nothing to bend. I changed mine ahead of time here to 10s. So you need the more segments, the more it's able to flex and bend. So this is key to getting this work. If you create a box with only ones in here, it won't bend. Alright, so I go back to bend, and I can change the direction of where and how I'm bending it, etc. Alright, and I can change my bend axis. I can change it in the Y, the X, the Y, or the Z. Down here I have a limiting effect. So this is where it tells the bend to either start or stop. I'm going to change my upper limit to be in 5 feet. And I'm going to turn the limiting effect on. You can see it builds a line. Let me switch my viewport here. And I have at 5 foot, I'm bending, bending, bending until I get to the 5 foot mark, and then I go straight. Okay, so I can set the lower limit and the upper limit. I'm going to just set my upper limit to 8 foot now. And you can see it bends, 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 and then it goes straight for the last 2 feet. So I can set my lower limit and my upper limit. If I turn the limiting effects off, it doesn't matter if these values are in here. I have to have the checkbox on to bend it. To finish the bend modifier, I right click, and I'm done with the command at that point. I can switch back now, and you can see that in my other viewports I have those tesselizations. So the bend modifier can be found by going up to here to the modifiers, to parametric deformers, bend, and I must have the object selected ahead of time, or I can actually go up into my modify list, go to my object space modifiers, and go to bend, and I can use the bend modifier.